If you're looking for a fun day of exploring Midtown Manhattan, we've got you covered as we're going to use our last 6 trips experience to bring you the best bits. From the famous New York City bagels to bargain $1.50 pizza, as well as Fifth Avenue and the best time to visit Times Square to avoid those crowds. We even include some legendary skyscrapers, so let's get to it. We stayed in New York City for 5 nights and 4 days. Our recommendation is to stay in the Midtown area close to Times Square, however not in Times Square as that does get very loud throughout the night. Our top tip is to stay between 5 to 15-minute walk away from Times Square, and from this trip we stayed in the Crowne Plaza HY36, and even the rooms were spacious based on New York standards. Check out our full review for more detail. So let's start the day the New York way with Liberty Bagels, famous for their rainbow-coloured bagels and a massive selection of cream cheese. The Midtown store often has queues outside, however they've got a new location on 7th Avenue around the corner which doesn't have a queue, so check that one out instead. We tried the rainbow bagel with bacon, egg and cheese and the gluten-free everything bagel with egg, avocado, pepper jack cheese and chipotle cream cheese, both costing us $23. With a bagel in hand, let's walk towards Fifth Avenue. So Fifth Avenue is one of the most famous streets in the world, stretching through Midtown Manhattan. It's home to luxury brands, historic buildings, and some of the best Christmas window displays you will ever see. So first up is the Empire State Building. It stood as the world's tallest building for nearly 40 years. It has appeared in over 250 movies, including King Kong and Sleepless in Seattle. Make sure you go into the lobby to see the interior because it's just stunning. There are also some really nice shops around the Empire State Building and our favourite chocolate shop, Ghirardelli. The building often changes its light to celebrate events from holidays to sports teams, and the red and green look is my favourite at Christmas time. On your first visit to New York, you may feel like you want to climb up to the top of the Empire State Building. We would recommend reading reviews before booking. We did this on our first visit and were disappointed. 1, because there is a metal fence which blocks the opportunity to get good photos. And 2, you want the iconic photo with the Empire State Building in it, and whilst you're up it, you can't see that. So our favourite observation deck is the Edge. We'll show you why in our Greenwich and Chelsea video. Next up on Fifth Avenue is the stunning New York Public Library. It's guarded by 2 iconic stone lions called Patience and Fortitude. You definitely need to visit inside. It's completely free to visit and one of New York's most underrated stops. Inside you're going to find the original Winnie the Pooh teddy bear, Charles Dickens' writing desk, and if you're a fan of Sex and the City, it's the scene where Mr. Big calls off the wedding at the New York Library. And it's also most famous for Ghostbusters. Behind the library, you'll find Bryant Park, which is a nice place to rest your legs or take a picnic. It comes to life at Christmas, which is where its Christmas market is housed, full of local crafts, pictures, an ice rink, and loads of food options. And next up on our tour is the Chrysler Building, an Art Deco icon. I love the story of this building as it secretly added its sphere overnight in 1930 to become the world's tallest building, beating its competition. How sneaky. We're now going to visit one of the most incredible train stations in the world, Grand Central Station. It's so much more than a station. The architecture is incredible and comes to life at night when it's all lit up. There are loads of food and restaurants within the station, as well as a hidden bar called the Campbell Bar, famous for being in Gossip Girl, but also once private office of John Campbell, a financier from the 1920s. This bar offers a unique atmosphere with live jazz, hand-painted ceilings and a relaxing vibe. We'd recommend making a reservation as the bar is pretty small. Our favourite part of Grand Central Station is the main hall. If you look up to see the celestial ceiling, it is hand-painted and gorgeous, and that famous clock in the centre of the hall, which is often a meeting spot in New York City. By the food hall, you're going to find the Whispering Gallery, where you can talk through the walls, and yes, I know it looks a little crazy, but it actually works.
This is the traveling panda. Can you hear me?
Our next stop is back on the Fifth Avenue and Saks Fifth Avenue precisely. One of the most famous stores in New York City, a department store full of upmarket designers, At Christmas, the light show is a must-see. The entire building transforms into a choreographed light display synced with festive music. It usually runs every 10 minutes, but check out the schedule online. This is one of the most photographed spots in New York City during December. Opposite Saks is Rockefeller Center, which is not only the Rockefeller building, but a collection of 19 commercial buildings, from local shops to cafes and restaurants, as well as an observation deck, which offers some real fun attractions. At Christmas, the world-famous Rockefeller tree stands with 50,000 lights lit up, which is available from December to mid-January. And don't miss the famous gold statue out the front of the building, as well as the Atlas in the courtyard of the International Building. One of the stores to check out here is Lego, featuring massive Lego sculptures including New York City landmarks. It's fun, free to enter, and perfect for all ages, so why not check it out? You'll also find FAO Schwarz, one of the most famous toy stores in the world, with the giant piano from the movie Big, filmed right here, and yes, you can still dance on it today. Just around the block, you'll find Radio City Hall. It's a great building to visit, with its Art Deco masterpiece opened in 1932, and it remains one of the largest indoor theatres in the world. On occasions, they still premiere movies here. However, it's most famous for the legendary Rockettes and Radio City Christmas Spectacular. Next, we go back onto Fifth Avenue for the stunning St. Patrick's Cathedral, a neo-Gothic cathedral which took 20 years to build. It's free to enter and the architecture is stunning inside, particularly at Christmas with all the wreaths hung up and the incredible nativity scene. Behind the cathedral, you'll find the Lotte New York Palace, which feels like a secret oasis in Midtown. Occasionally built as a mansion, it's now one of the most elegant hotels in the city, especially magical at Christmas with the large Christmas tree in the courtyard. This building has been filmed so many times, but it was most famous for me where Serena van der Woodson's apartment in Gossip Girl. So now let's head to the most famous part of Fifth Avenue. Starting with a surprising and interesting structure, the Louis Vuitton building, where it looks like they've stacked suitcases on top of each other. It's actually scaffolding as they prepare for their flagship store, but it looks really cool. Now, one of the most famous stores on Fifth Avenue is got to be Tiffany's, known for its high-end jewellery and also got made famous by the movie Breakfast at Tiffany's. You will actually find a cafe inside, which is stunning. You do need to book a reservation as it does get booked up fast. The most affordable floor in Tiffany's is the 5th floor, which is where they sell sterling silver jewellery. You'll also find costumes worn by Audrey Hepburn from the movie. You'll also find Donald Trump's first skyscraper, Trump Towers, down Fifth Avenue as well. The final building we're exploring on Fifth Avenue is the Plaza Hotel, one of the most famous hotels in the world based on the amount of movies it starred in, from Home Alone to Great Gatsby and Ocean's 8. This luxurious hotel is on the pricier side, with rooms starting at $800 or £600 a night, and even higher if you want a Central Park view. We'd recommend a visit inside as the interior is gorgeous, especially the Palm Court, where they serve afternoon tea and cocktails in the evening. Our top tip is during the Christmas period, you can only enter with a reservation, so make sure you book in for a reservation. We went for early evening drinks and they enjoyed the atmosphere and the Christmas themed candy cane cocktail. Be prepared, it will set you back about $35 or £26 for both drinks. Over the road from the Plaza, you'll find Central Park. Check out our specific video on all things to see and do in Central Park. If you're hungry, next up is a bargain food stop. So you can grab a slice of pizza for $1.50 or a whole pie for $12, which won't even fit through your hotel door because the box is so big. We always go to the one on Broadway. We'll drop the address in the description. So we couldn't end our tour without finishing at the most famous place in New York City, Times Square. In the evening, it becomes lit up and very crowded. Our top tip is if you go in the evening to see it all lit up, which you must do. However, make sure you take your photos anytime before 10 AM in the morning when there's nobody around. We try to avoid Times Square as much as possible. You will find this as well because it gets so busy you cannot move. Few things we recommend to do in Times Square. If you want to see a Broadway show, download the Today Tix app where you'll find loads of discounted theatre tickets and even lottery tickets at highly discounted rates. Also, there is a ticket booth in Times Square called TKTX. They sell discount tickets for that day at the booth. Now, if you're a Friends fan, Central Perk Coffee has opened recently in Times Square, offering unique Friends menu and experiences. And finally, one of our favourite bars, the Rum House, a stylish cocktail bar near Times Square with live jazz and a relaxing vibe, the perfect way to wind down after a full day of walking. So there you have it, a full day of all the iconic things to see and do in Midtown Manhattan. And here is our final tip. If you want to go and visit New York City with all the Christmas lights lit in December, which is our favourite time to visit, you can actually do this at the beginning of January. We flew on the 2nd of January and all the lights and shows were still available until mid-January. However, it was a lot less crowded. Hotels and Broadway shows were much cheaper than in December, so a win-win. Drop us a comment to let us know what you thought to this video and what content you'd like us to do for the rest of New York City to make sure we include it in those future videos. Over the next few weeks, we're going to share the other parts of Manhattan, from Statue of Liberty to Central Park and Wall Street, so don't forget to subscribe to not miss out on when these videos land. We'll see you next time.